All praise, honor, and glory go to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Peace and safety to the hopefully elect, all the sincere brothers out there pushing the Heavenly Father's word out of a pure heart and sincerity and in truth. And for everybody who don't know Yahweh, that's the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai, that's the name of the only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And in this edition, man, this is like an open rebuke, man, against these Israelite, new covenant Israelite brothers, all right, and show you that just because you say you're in the new covenant don't mean that you're not going off, man, all right, and you guys in need of correction, man, all right, through the scriptures, all right, because there's a lot of similarities going on, all right, it's a lot of similarities with that old covenant, those Hebrew Israelism cults, man, okay, like man pleasing, all right, like man pleasing, all right, and I'm gonna show you that. And this is for the brother apostle for Yahweh Shai. This scripture right here for you, man, okay, this is the book of Revelation chapter 22 and verse 18, all right, show you, bro, that you going off, man, all right. And this is an open rebuke to all those guys who claim to be in the new covenant. They claim to be in the new covenant, but preaching and teaching doctrines of devils, man, such as the RFID microchip doctrine. All right. You even got guys who say that volcanoes, the fire and the brimstone, is not referring to volcanoes. All right, and all kind of other wicked doctrines. All right, such as the Constantine, whitewashing the Lord, putting Constantine in the Lord place as far as Revelation 6, dealing with the white horse and dealing with the smith, putting the heathen in the Lord's stand. All right. So I'm going to show you, this is for that brother. This is open rebuke and correction for that brother, apostle for Yahweh Shai, dealing with the book of life. Okay. So it says, for I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, and by you speculating that the RFID microchip in this cashless society and not acknowledging the original interpretation of the word mark, okay, you're guilty of basically adding into the prophecy of the words of this book, man, which is the Bible, man, okay. So it says these things, that the power shall add unto him the plagues that are written in the book, verse 19. And if any man shall take away, like you have this guy, this good Samaritan, this guy Anak, basically admitting that the original interpretation for the word mark in the book of Revelation, referring to the mark of the beast, was dealing with printed money. All right, but according to these guys, like I said, these new covenant guys, all right, that's basically twisting the scriptures, all right, to fit they wicked narrative, or to go along, to get along with certain guys. All right, remember, we supposed to come together in Yahweh Shai, which is the truth, not come together because we all disagree with the old covenant Hebrew Israelite cult members, man. All right, that's not a foundation that we should be coming together. We should come together based on the knowledge of the truth that's written in the Bible. All right. So this is verse 19. If any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, the power shall take away his part out of the book of life. So basically, man, for adding and for taking away, and we know according to the precepts, okay, according to the words that's written in the book, that this mark in the book of Revelation, this word charagma, in this original interpretation, according to the guy Anak, all right, the original interpretation for that word mark, which is charagma, is printed money. Okay, but you got these guys saying, speculating that a cashless society, what's going on in Europe, all right, saying that, oh, back then it was referring to money, but now it's not. that's you taking away from the prophecies that's written in the book, because these guys don't have not one scripture, not one precept to prove the RFID microchip. It's all based on speculation, man. Okay? Speculation, and we know the origins of that RFID microchip being the mark of the beast doctrine comes from Esau, comes from the beast. All right, so y'all guys are part of that world that's being deceived, all right, by that devil, by the way of your own imagination, man. Okay, from what you see on TV, all right, from what you heard on the internet, okay. Remember, the scriptures, no prophecy of the scriptures up for any and private interpretation. All right, and that's a perfect example of a private interpretation when you have a guy saying, speculating because of what's going on in Europe, all right, based on what they see on TV and in the media, that the mark is referring to a RFID microchip. That's madness, man. All right, so it said God shall take away his part out of the book of life. All right, so anybody that add or take away from the prophecy that's written in this book, the Lord himself is going to take you out of the book of life, meaning your part from amongst the 144,000 elect of Israel, man. Okay? Meaning your part from amongst the 144,000 of the elect of Israel. All right? That's the judgment. That's the judgment for adding and taking away, basically speculating, leaning to your own imagination, man. Leaning to your own understanding, man. Okay, remember, we're commanded to keep the precepts, man. Not lean to our own understanding, man. Use our imaginations. All right, use doctrines of devils, man. This word is not based on your understanding, not based on your imagination, not based on what you see and hear in the media, man. Okay, so it says, and out of the holy city. And we know the holy city is referring to the elect. So that means your part going to be taken from amongst the elect, man. All right? It's not going to be taken out of the book of life. Okay? So anybody that's not written in the book of life is damned for judgment, man. And for adding and taking away. And that's what these guys don't understand, man. This is not a joke, man. This is not a game. All right? This is not a boys club, man. This is serious business, man. This is serious business, man. And the Lord gave you guys the instructions on how to deal with his word. Okay? That's why he said, if you add anything to this, man, okay? Because this word is referred to as being pure. Tried in the furnace 7 times. But according to these guys, these new covenant guys, the mark, the word karama was referring to money when John saw the vision. But since it's 2020, all right, and technology and dealing with Esau technology is now dealing with an RFID microchip. But not one of these people, none of these guys can show you a precept, man. They can't show you no precept. This is all these guys' imagination, man. So they guilty of adding and taking away. All right. So whoever add or take away from this word, all right, you're going to be taken out of the book of life, meaning you're not going to be delivered, man, when Yahweh shall return. Point blank. Like I said, we're not in this ministry to come together based on a dislike that we have for those One West Old Covenant Israelites, man. All right? Our base, our foundation should be Yahweh Shai, which is the truth, man. Okay? According to the book of John, the Lord said, if you love me, you will keep my words. All right? But you guys using all your own words, man, leaning to your own understanding, preaching, teaching doctrines of devils. Okay? So it says, and from the things that are written in this book. All right? And that's plain, man. So for all you guys that saying that the word mark in its original interpretation was referring to money, but now it's not, that's an example of you taking away from the Lord's word, man. So, and I just read you guys' judgment, man. Okay? That's the judgment handed down by the Lord for anybody. All right? He said, for any man that take away or add from the words of the prophecy of this book. And that's a private interpretation. All right? Remember, no prophecy of the scriptures of any private interpretation, man. Okay? That RFID microchip is a private interpretation of the Bible, man. All right? These guys can't prove that out of the Bible, man. Okay? And that's the point on that. Let's get another precept, man. It's 2 John 1 and 10. If there come any unto you and bring not this doctrine, the doctrine that's in the Bible, not what you see going on in Europe, not what you see and hear in the media, not what Anop say, not what's in Anop book, okay? Not what Nazariah told you, okay? Not some twisted ass breakdown, all right, of some wicked nigga that's trying to be something in the truth that don't know what the fuck he's talking about, man. All right? Like I just did a recent video, Leviathan, breaking down Isaiah chapter 27, man, in full context. All right? To show you that that's dealing with prophecy and not history, man. The same way Isaiah chapter 54, dealing with the smith, is referring to prophecy and not history, man. But you got these guys, these so-called scholars, all right, self-proclaimed scholars, all right. Obviously, you guys not doing your due scholarship, man, because you're not researching. You even got guys who say volcanoes is not in the Bible, and I'm gonna show you through this lesson that volcanoes is in the Bible, man. All right, as I done showed you on many occasions, man. All right, like I said, these are blind guides, all right, guys trying to heap disciples to themselves, all right, leaning upon historical documents and not on the scriptures, the precepts that the Lord commanded us to keep, okay, leaning to their own understanding, okay. So it says, if there come any unto you and bring not this doctrine, receive him not into your house. So we're not coming. I'm not supposed to congregate with guys based on a dislike for those one West Coast, or a guy that's using his leaning to his own understanding based on I'm referring to the mark of the beast. All right, a guy that's adding and taking away from the prophecy that's written in the book. Okay, so the Lord say, don't accept a guy like that in your house. Neither bid him Godspeed. All right, you're supposed to rebuke that brother, man. Correct that brother, all right, with the scriptures. And if that brother don't hear you, man, you count him as a heathen, man. Okay? You count him as a heathen, man, and you mark them, all right, that cause division, man, because they're bringing in doctrines of devils, because they're being seduced by that woman, all right? They being seduced by that woman, and they bringing doctrines of devils into the temple, all right, and don't want to be corrected or rebuked, man. Okay? You got guys trying to profit off the Lord's word, writing books, claiming to expose false doctrines when this guy's teaching false doctrines himself. Okay? But if it's up to you guys, we should all go along to get along. All right? But there's men out here that set up to defend the gospel, man. All right? To defend the Lord's word, man, at all costs, man. All right? Not to be buddy-buddy with guys, man, based on a dislike for these one West Hebrew Israelism camps, man. Okay? So this is verse 11. It says, for he hath bidded him Godspeed, is a partaker of his evil deeds. And none of these guys questioned that guy enough about the statement he made, referring to that word karatma, referring to printed money. Okay, so that makes you a partaker of his deeds, man. Because the only reason you guys teach and believe that, man, is because of what you see and hear on the media and what come out of these niggas' belly, these blind guys' belly. All right, such as niggas like Anak, wicked niggas like Anak. Okay, the same nigga who trying to profit off the Lord's word, man. All right, for filthy lucre's sake, charging people for the breakdowns that's already in the Bible. That's madness, man. So I'm going to read that again, man. This is 2 John 1 and 10. If there come any unto you and bring not this doctrine, receive him not in your house, neither bid him Godspeed, for he that biddeth him Godspeed is a partaker of his evil deeds. Is a partaker of his evil deeds. And that's an example of being a respected person, man. All right? These guys can question and rebuke these one West Old Covenant Hebrew Israelism cults, but they can't rebuke and correct each other, man. All right, these guys just go along to get along, breaking down prophecy as history, man. All right, talking about scholarship and context, but the true scholarship is doing the evidence and presenting, doing the research and presenting the evidence, man. You guys not producing no evidence. You guys leaning to your own understanding as far as that RFID microchip is concerned, man. There's no precepts to support that madness, man. No precepts to support that madness. So basically, I'm gonna go into a few scriptures and show you the madness of these new covenant Hebrew Israelite guys. All right, these go along to get along guys. All right, these guys that don't correct and rebuke each other for going off with the scriptures. All right, these guys that lean to their own understanding. All right, teaching doctrines of devils. Because like I said, if it wasn't for the media, what you see and hear on the media, and what you hear coming out of the belly of these wicked ass blind guys' mouth, you niggas wouldn't be thinking about no RFID microchip. The only reason you believe that because you saw it on TV, man. The same reason these people out here believe the globe theory, because they saw it on TV, man. Not because it's biblical. Not because it's biblical, man. The same way kids believe in Santa Claus, man. They don't believe in it because it's biblical and it's in the Bible. They believe in it because they see it on TV and somebody taught them about it. Same way you guys doing, man. All right, teaching that the Smith did Isaiah chapter 54, when you read it in its full context, as I did on many occasions, but according to the New Covenant gang, the New Covenant gang, you just go along to get along. When Yahweh Shai commanded us, basically to correct a brother if he going off, which is true love. But you guys would rather read articles, rather lean on your own understanding, the media. All right, just so you can go along and get along with a man, bro, that can't save you. Basically a wicked shepherd, saying and proclaiming that he's under the new covenant, just doing the same thing these raven and wolves doing, these old covenant Israelism guys doing the same thing, but just under the banner of the new covenant. No different, man. Okay, the same way those guys that follow Tahar can't correct and rebuke Tahar about false doctrines he teach, the same way you guys are allowing this guy Anak, all right, to profit off the Lord's word, okay, profit off the Lord's word, claiming that he's exposing false doctrines, charging you for breakdowns that's in the Bible for the Lord's word. That's not his word. The Lord never gave us the authority to do that. Now, people in the world might do that, all right, because these guys, when you ask them about it, I heard a guy make a comment that, oh, Israelites did this and Israelites did that, all right, not the apostles, all right, not the men that followed Yahweh Shai, all right, Not the men that followed the Yahweh Shai. Maybe a wicked ass Israelite. Not no righteous Israelite. Not no apostle. He not writing no books. Talk about exposing false doctrine. Why? Because this word straight from Yahweh Shai. You got to use this Yahweh Shai words. And why would you try to get paid off something that's not yours, man? This is not yours to do what you want to do with it. All right? So let's get to this simple guy. All right? This simple, a simple Negro talking about volcanoes not in the Bible. I done showed y'all on many occasions. I just went and got some more different precepts that I've never read before, all right, on camera, to just show you further that volcanoes are in the Bible, all right? Isaiah chapter 27, that Leviathan who's going to slay the dragon that's in the sea, according to this simple ass Negro, Leviathan and the dragon in the sea is referring to the same thing. These guys simple, man. These guys simple as hell, man. So let me get this Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 11. Deuteronomy 4 and 11. Show you that volcanoes is in the Bible. So this is Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 11. And he said, and ye came near and stood under the mountain, and the mountain burned with fire into the midst of heaven, which darkness, clouds, and thick darkness. All right, so what is that mountain burning, man? That's a behemoth, man. That's a volcano, man. The same thing that the Lord used to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, referring to that fire and that brimstone. When you look up the word, all right, this is true scholarship, all right? What you guys are pushing is not true scholarship, man, all right? That's not true scholarship. If you don't know that brimstone is referring to volcanoes, then you don't have true scholarship. If you don't know that the word mark, the word karama, is referred to the interpretation of that word according to all the evidence is referring to printed money, you don't have scholarship, man. You don't have true scholarship, man. All right? You're pushing lies, man. So that mountain that burneth with fire is referring to volcanoes, man. All through the scriptures. Let's get some more. Stay in Deuteronomy chapter 5 and verse 23. This for this simple ass guy who say volcanoes not in the Bible. All right? Even anybody that do any type of research and study and know that brimstone, which the word brimstone go back to the word sulfur, also go back to the word sulfurous resin. We all know that volcanoes produces sulfur, no matter if it's a Leviathan or a behemoth. All right? You have more volcanoes under the water than you have that's on the earth, man. If you was doing any type of research, you would know that, man. All right? That's very simple, man. But you guys conscience is seared with a hard iron just to be wicked, man. All right? Using the new covenant to do the same thing that you get on these One West Hebrew Israelite coats about, man. Doing the same thing, man. I don't witness all type of wickedness coming from you guys that claim to be in the new covenant, man. All right? So this is a rebuke on you guys, man. All right? Because you don't have room to point the finger at the old covenant Israelism religion if you basically doing the same thing under the banner of the new covenant. All right, these guys just like the Christian church, man. They come under the banner of the new covenant, but they wicked as hell. All right, doing the same thing that you guys are doing. All right, leaning to your own imagination, and that's not what the men of the Lord will be doing, man. Peter didn't do that. Peter didn't write any books. All right, Peter kept the words of Yahweh Shai. Why? Because Peter loved Yahweh Shai. Okay. Paul, okay, Matthews, Luke, all these brothers kept the words of Yahweh Shai. They didn't write books and try to profit and make money off of the testimony of the Lord, man. All right, what you guys don't have, man. All right, this guy are not charging people, claiming that he's exposing false doctrines of men when he's the man that's teaching the false doctrines. And the guys that follow his teachings won't even question him about the doctrines that he teach. I asked the brother straight to his face the question or not about this RFID microchip doctrine, and do the Karakma is the original interpretation of the word Karakma referring to printed money, like he said. All right, like I have the proof and the evidence, and I showed. All right, so basically, you guys guilty of the same thing that you uh, charging those old covenant Hebrew Israelism guys are doing, man. But back to the volcanoes. This is Deuteronomy 5:23, and it came to pass when ye heard the voice out of the midst of the darkness, for the mountain did burn with fire, that ye came near unto me, even all the heads of the tribe of the elders, referring to those volcanoes, that fire and that brimstone, that Leviathan and Bohemians that spoke of in the book of Ezra, referring to the creation, man, story, man. All right, these guys claim that Leviathan is one group, the Hebrew Old Covenant Hebrew Israelism religion. They claim that Leviathan is Godzilla, a fire breathing dragon, and you got these new covenant Hebrew Israelism guys teaching that Leviathan is the nations. But when you ask them guys, well, who is Leviathan and Bohemian in the book of Ezra? All right, these guys don't have no answer, man. They twist the scriptures, man. Use grease, all right, because they slick niggas, man, trying to benefit, all right, whether it's reputation or for monetary gain, all right, because this guy not doing the same thing that General Yohana did 20 years ago, all right, 20 years ago, man. Write books, try to profit off what was given for free, man, all right. So let's get some more. Uh, let's go to Judges 5:5. Judges 5:5. Uh, I'll start at 40. It says, Lord, when thou wentest out of Seir, and when thou marchest out of the field of Edom, the earth trembled, and the heavens dropped, and the clouds as the drops of water. The mountain melted before the Lord. The mountain melted before the Lord, even that Sinai from before the Lord power of Israel, man. So what is that mountain that melt, man? What is that, man, referring to? I advise all you people, man, to go look up the word brimstone, man, and do your research, man. Okay? Because it wasn't the word volcano is a fairly new word, man. All right? When the ancients referred to fire and brimstone, they was referring to volcanoes, man. Period. All right? In the scriptures, Leviathan in the book of Job, chapter 41, and in the book of Isaiah, chapter 27. All right? That torturous serpent that the Lord is going to use to slay the dragon that's in the sea. And we all know who the dragon is referring to. All right? Is the elements, man. All right, and we know in the book of Revelation and all over the scriptures, Psalms 11:6, the Lord talk about the portion of the cup of the wicked going to be that brimstone, man. Okay, which only volcanoes produce, whether it's a volcano on Earth, a Bohemian, or whether it's a Leviathan under the sea, man. All right, these the same guys that harp on context and scholarship. Go look up the word mark. Do an in-depth research on the word mark. All right, do an in-depth research on the word mark and stop listening to these niggas, man. And you will see that the word mark go back to currency, man. All right, a printed mark, a stamp. All right, even the precepts support that, which I bring out all the time, but these guys just disregard it. All right, to lean to their own imagination. And like the book of Revelation say 22:18 and 19, whoever shall add and take away, man, your part gonna be taken out of the book of life, man. Okay, your part is gonna be taken out of the book of life. All right, so let's get another one. Psalms 97:5. Psalms 97 and 5, it says, I'm gonna start at I'm gonna start at 3. I'm gonna start at verse 3. So this Psalms chapter 97 and verse 3. The fire goeth before him and burneth up his enemies round about. His lightning enlightened the world. The earth saw and trembled. The hills melted. The hills melted like wax at the presence of the Lord and at the presence of the whole earth, man. Okay? So this is examples of volcanoes in the scriptures, man, in the Bible, man. But according to these this one wicked clown, all right, I don't know who the guy is, man, but he's part of that wicked council, all right, that claim to be under the new covenant, the go along and get along gang, and talking about volcanoes is not in the Bible, man. Like I said, any person with us with any sense, all right, that's a easy that's easy to investigate, man. It's got these guys don't want to see the truth, man. All right, and that's you guys' lot, man. All right, believe me, I'm not tripping over you guys, man. All right, I'm just doing my job. All right, bringing out the truth. It just happened that your lies, that because y'all teaching lies, just happen to get cut by the truth. That's all it is, man. All right, ain't nothing personal, man. All right, ain't nothing personal. But I'm gonna continue to cut these false doctrines, man, with what's written in the Bible. And guess what? It's for free too. All right, I'm not gonna charge the people to basically to confound these wicked guys with the Lord word. All right, this word was given to me, man. The Lord supped with me. All right. Remember, our reward come when the Lord return. He the one promised us that pay. We gonna get our paycheck when the Lord come. These niggas, these wicked niggas. All right. I'm talking about the old covenant niggas and the new covenant niggas. All right. You got the wicked nigga. All right. Writing a book, selling a book, claiming to expose false doctrines when the nigga is teaching false doctrines itself, man. All right. And none of this go along to get along gang will rebuke this guy on none of the false doctrines, man. I don't want to be part of a group of guys that's gonna watch me go off and not correct me with the scriptures, man. All right, remember to be your brother's keeper is to protect your brother, man. All right, and not protect him from somebody that's physically trying to harm him. It's protect him from these false doctrines, from that seducing woman. All right, from that twisted ass RFID microchip doctrine, from that Godzilla being Leviathan doctrine, from that Leviathan being the nation's doctrine, from that Constantine on the white horse doctrine, okay, from the Assyrians heathen being the Smith and not Yahweh Shai, turning his prophecy into history, man. Like I said, Isaiah 54 is dealing with nothing but prophecy, man. Referring to the elect, man, the kingdom of heaven. All right? If you do your real scholarship and read it in context, you can see that. It's simple. Remember, the Lord word is plain, man. To them that have understanding, but you guys don't have no understanding because you lean to your own imagination, man. All right? So the hills melted like wax at the presence of the Lord, and at the presence of the Lord, the whole earth of the whole earth. And for the record, man, the Lord anger, all right, you have a simple ass, one of them simple ass guys, all right, twisting the scriptures, talk about the brimstone and the smoke is only referring to the Lord's anger and referring to it as poetry. I know, nigga. All right, I know you the one who looking at it carnal, nigga. A carnal nigga, man. Okay? You're guilty of looking at the scriptures carnal, man. The Lord anger, all right, the Lord always used the elements, whether it was people, all right, whether it was rain, floods, snow, hailstones, which hailstones is dealing with ice, man. All right, not fireballs, such as I hear one guy teaching, man. All right, that's common sense, man. Just look up the word, do your research, look at the evidence, all right? Get these Negroes out your mind. Don't stop leaning to your own understanding, and then you can see the truth, man. Yahweh shall sup with you the same way he's supping with me. Okay? The same way he's supping with me. All right, giving me understanding of what the scripture's really talking about, and you niggas mad because I continue to press you niggas on those weak ass doctrines, those twisted ass doctrines you're teaching, because all y'all just really basically trying to feed y'all own narrative, all right, to heap disciples to yourselves. That's all you guys doing, man. From the new covenant guys to the old covenant guys. All right, you actually got to show you a precept based on what he teaching. The guy get angry and run. And the scriptures say the wicked fleeth when no man pursueth. All right, the wicked flee when no man pursueth. If it ain't no precept to back it up, all right, then it's not biblical, man. It's a private interpretation. Period, man. So let's get another one. Psalms 104:32. Psalms 104:32. This is for that simple ass nigga who say volcanoes not in the Bible. It says, let me start at that's 32. It said he looketh on the earth and it trembled. That's an earthquake, man. Okay? That's what made the earth tremble, man. He touches the hills, they smoke. He touches the hills, they smoke. That's what it's referring to in Luke. When it said, in the book of Luke, when it said fire rained from heaven, meaning the Lord touched the hills, the Lord set off turned on the light switch, man, and turned on the volcanoes, man, turned the fire and the brimstone on, man. Simple. That's poetry, man. All right, that's what poetry is. The Lord anger is his the elements, man. That's what he used to bring judgment. All right, to show his anger. All right, when an earthquake happened, that's the anger of the Lord. When a volcano happened, that's the anger of the Lord. When a tsunami or a typhoon or whirlwind or hurricane, all right, that's the anger of the Lord, man. Okay? And that's simple, man. That's simple, man. Let's get another precept. Psalms 144. Psalms 144 and 5. It says, bow the heavens, O Lord, and come down and touch the mountain, and they shall smoke. All right? That's an example of the Lord setting off the volcanoes. All right? Only mountain that smoke is volcanoes, man. All right? The fire and the brimstone, man. All right? It's plain, man. Like I say, man, these guys' conscience is seared, man. With a hard iron, these guys can't see the truth. Like you have a guy, I'm finna go into the Isaiah 34. You have a guy that say this is not referring to volcanoes, man. This is not referring to lava. All right? That's just the proof that these guys simple, man. These guys simple as hell, man. These guys will say anything, man. They don't know what the fuck they talk about, basically. So this is Isaiah chapter 34, which is dealing with prophecy. And these same guys I'm talking about, this guy Knock, all right? This guy Knock, who claimed to expose false, that's charging people to expose false doctrine with the Lord's words. These guys teach this as history, man. The same way they teach Isaiah 54 as history. The same way they teach Isaiah 27 as history. The same way they say it's Constantine on the white horse, man, going forth to conquer and conquer. Remember Revelation 14 is the same crown, man, referring to the Son of Man sitting on the white cloud, man. All right, with the golden crown, the same crown that he got on in Revelation 6. But the get along, go along, get along, gang, they not going to correct this brother on that. And that's not true love, man. All right, when the Lord wake you guys up, you'll really see, if it ain't too late, what true love is. It's when a brother like myself rebuke you, man. All right, rebuke you in the name of the Lord with the precepts, man. Ain't nothing you guys can say, man. But lean to your own imagination, run to articles. All right, a lot of you guys can't even break down those wicked ass confusing doctrines that them niggas teach, man. Because their whole objective is to confuse you, man. Is to confuse you. You got guys denying that the mark is referring to printed money, but can't prove what it is, man. All right, which that's madness, man. But let's show you the Lord vengeance, the Lord anger. All right, since this simple ass nigga talking about Isaiah chapter 34 is not dealing with prophecy, it's history, man. It says I'm gonna start at verse 8. For it is the day of the Lord, vengeance, his anger, all right? The Lord's anger. And the year of his recompense for the controversy of Zion, the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch. And when you look up the word pitch, what these guys fail to do, all right, they won't look it up because these guys want to believe a lie, man. They want to follow lies, just like Israel did in history when you read the scriptures, man. All right, that's why so many people, the masses, really rejected Yahweh Shai, man. All right, the masses didn't follow Yahweh Shai, just like these guys, man. Okay, so let's see what pitch means. It says pitch, it says tar, it says asphalt, it says liquefy. All right, it says liquefy, man. All right, that's what the pitch is. So let's go back. The streams thereof shall be turned into pitch. Why? Because of the lava, the brimstone, man. All right, remember the volcanoes bring an avalanche effect, man. They bring acid rain, okay? They bring avalanches, man. They bring famines, all right? It brings lightning. It brings storms and tempests, man. All kind of other plagues is come as an effect of the volcanoes going on. Just do your research, man. So it says the screams thereof shall be turned into pitch. Look up the word. Stop being lazy, man. All right? We're here to labor. All right? Faith without works is dead. So what? You believe in Yahweh Shai, but you don't got no works because you guys don't want to study. You don't want to look up words, but scream in context and scholarship. Just look up the word. And the dust thereof into brimstone. Now let's look up brimstone like these guys failed to do. All right? Brimstone, it says of judgment, all right, which is the Lord's anger. All right? It says, in the strong definition, it says cyphers resin. So I challenge any one of you guys to look up resin. All right? Because I haven't saw none of you guys bring that out yet. All right? You'll look up words when it's convenient to what you trying to push, man. But you won't look up words to find the truth of the matter of what the whole Bible is saying, man. All right? So you guys are tripping, man. So it says cyphers resin and sulfur. Now go do your research and see what sulfur is and what produces sulfur. All right? Leviathan and Bohemians. That's what produces sulfur. All right, which are volcanoes, underwater volcanoes, and the volcanoes that's upon the earth. Those mountains that the Lord is referring to, man. And then also it says inflammable. Inflammable. Just do your research. Labor not for the meat that perisheth. Because that shit that y'all niggas, that's coming out y'all niggas belly, all right, ain't no different from what's coming out them old covenant Hebrew Israelism niggas belly. All right, the same way that they can't rebuke their elders or the guys that they learning from, the same way that you guys refuse to rebuke this wicked Anab and this wicked Nazariah for the doctrines that they taught y'all that you clearly see that's not biblical, man. All right, so it says inflammable brimstone, man, sulfur, cyphers resin, man, period, man. Okay, so, and when you read that chapter, it's clear that that chapter is referring to future prophecy, man. All right, but once again, you got these same guys talk about that's history, man. All right, let's get another Isaiah 64 and 1. Isaiah 64 and 1, it says, oh, that thou would have rend the heavens, that thou would have come down, that the mountains might flow down at thy presence. Flow down what? With that pitch. With that tar, man, that lava, man, that cyphers resin, man. Okay? As when the melting fire burneth. What is melting fire, man? For the guy who says no volcanoes in the Bible. The fire causes the water to boil. The same way in the book of Job, how he turned the sea into a pot of cauldron, man. Referring to volcanoes, man. You guys simple as hell, man. All right? To make thy name known to thy adversaries. That's how the Lord make his name known to his adversaries. All right? So that the nations may tremble at his presence. That's what he scared the nations with, man. When thou didst terrible things, which we look not for. We talking to you wicked Israelites, because y'all ain't looking for that. You niggas looking for RFID microchips, man. Okay? You niggas not looking for that, man. It said, which we look not for thou camest down, the mountains flowed down at thy presence. All right? So that's clear, man, and plain. And if you can't see that, man, you're spiritually retarded, man. Period. Period. So this is Jeremiah 51 and 25. I can go all day, man. All right? I done showed you guys over 100 precepts referring to the doctrines that I'm bringing out, man, the understanding I'm bringing out. And you guys refuse to look at the evidence, all right? Just to get along and be buddy-buddy with these wicked-ass niggas, man. The same way they do in this old covenant Hebrew Israelism religion. So this is Jeremiah 51:25. It says, behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Lord, which destroyeth the whole earth. I will stretch out my hand upon thee and roll thee down from the rock, and I will make thee a burnt mountain. Now that's not referring to, that's poetry right there, because this mountain here in this precept is referring to the governments. All right, so the Lord said he's gonna be making a burnt mountain, the same way he talk about all through the scriptures, man. All right, let me give you an example of that right quick, of him making that's Gog and Magog, man, those mountains. So let me give you an example of that in another scripture. All right, because that was a parable, that was a riddle. Let's solve the riddle with a precept. All right, so this is Ezekiel 38 and 22. And I will plead against him those mountains with pestilence and with blood, and I will rain upon him and upon his bands and upon the many people that are with him an overflowing rain, which is an element, all right, which is the Lord's anger, a great hailstones. And when you look up the word hailstones, man, it says pearls of God. It says hail. Let's see. It says crystal. It says resemblance to ice. So when you go in in the book of Revelation, when they talk about great hailstones, that's going to fall about the size of a talent. When you look up that word talent, it talk about the weight of 100 to 200 pounds. So what we see, the little pearls of God, the little ice pearls that fall, all right, in a hailstone, when the Lord bring the vengeance, all right, the final vengeance, he's going to drop those pearls of God going to be 1 to 200 pounds, man. All right, and it says ice, man. Okay, that's the hailstones. Now let's go back. It says great hailstones, fire and brimstone. Let's look up this brimstone. What it says: cypress resin, sulfur, inflammable brimstone. Look it up. Do your research, man. Faith without works is dead, man. All right, so you can't talk about you got faith in Yahweh Shai, but you won't work, meaning to labor, to study and search out the matter, man. All right, and believe the evidence that the Lord left, and not lean to your own understanding and listen to these wicked ass Negroes, man. Let's get another precept. Let's get that Micah 1. And Micah 1. Let's see. Let's start at Micah 1 and verse 3. It says, behold, the Lord cometh out of his place, and will come down and tread upon the high places of the earth, and the mountains shall be molten under him. Molten, what is molten? To dissolve, to melt, to melt, to liquefy, the same way that pitch, man. All right, because when the Lord set off, let loose that cricket serpent, Leviathan, and set off both behemoth, All right, that's referring to the volcanoes, the underwater volcanoes and the volcanoes on earth. It says, shall be molten under him, and the valleys shall be cleft as wax before the fire, before the fire. And the waters that are poured down a steep place. For the transgression of Jacob is all this, and for sins of the house of Israel, what is the transgression? And basically that's the point, man. Okay? And I can basically close on that, man. I'm gonna go get one last scripture, Nahum 1 and 5. Let me get this Nahum 1 and 5. Nahum 1 and 5. And it says, the mountains quake, earthquakes, and we know that set off the volcanoes at him, and the hills melt, and the earth is burnt at his presence, yea, the world and all that dwell therein. Who can stand before the indignation, the anger of the Lord, which he uses elements, all right? And who can abide in his fears of his anger? His fury is poured out like fire, and the rocks are thrown down by him. The Lord. And basically, that's the point, man. Let me jump down to 8. But with the overrunning flood, he will make an utter end of a place thereof, and darkness shall pursue his enemies, man. And that's the point, man. All right, just to show you that it's volcanoes in the scripture, despite what these guys talking about, man. All right, and with that, I'm gonna say shalom.